Hi again and welcome along. In this video we're looking into the Regal in Dovercourt in Essex, so off we go. Dovercourt is a seaside town in North Essex in the UK, just across the estuary from the now very busy port of Harwich. It was a popular family holiday destination in years gone by. It once boasted a Warner's holiday camp and was a popular holiday destination by rail. The Regal was situated at number 296 in the High Street, just a short walk from the sea. It was opened on the 1st of June 1938 by Alderman J. Cann, JP. Built for the Douglas Bostock cinema circuit by Thomas Gill & Sons of Norwich. They built several cinemas in the area for Bostock and Victor Harrison's VEH cinema chain. The Regal was the largest of the cinemas in Dovercourt and was designed in the Art Deco style by J. Owen Bond of Norwich. The other cinemas we will look at briefly at the end. The Regal was fitted with 1,496 seats in stalls and balcony. We don't know what the split was. The proscenium was 40 foot wide and the stage 7 feet deep, but no auditorium photos could be found. Now here is a rare photo indeed. The projection room of the Regal just after it opened. It was equipped with simplex projectors and a Western Electric mirrorphonic sound system. Through the early years of cinema itself, Dovercourt had been home to the father of kinematography, William Freeze Green. Now Freeze Green was born in Bristol on the 7th of September 1855 to a metal worker named Green. He added to his surname when he married Helena Freeze in 1874. He had lived at 5 Cliff Road in Dovercourt, having moved from London with his second wife Edith and 2 young children in January 1897, preferring to live in a coastal place for their first child's benefit. They stayed in Dovercourt until 1904. Now here's a copy of a programme for the Regal, we think about 1959. The programme mentions Tiger Bay and that was released in the UK in March 59. This being a July programme, it seems to fit with the release strategy of the time. We have little or no info on staff except Mr. Gilbert Smith, who was the very first manager when the building was first erected. Linwood E. Watson was manager in 1959, and a youngster called Basil Pike who worked there as a boy in 1943. It is he who donated a spoolboy booklet, not a schoolboy, a spoolboy booklet to Harwich Museum, and we produce it here with their permission. The Regal Cinema was closed in 1969 and was converted into a bingo club, and in 1972 became the Coronet Bingo Club. Sadly, it was reported to be closing in 1988 and closed shortly after. The building stood empty for a while and was demolished in July 1989, and the site lay vacant for a few years, and then later an All Days, a co-op food store, was built on the site. And to this day, that site is still occupied by Co-op. Now let's take a quick look at the other cinemas in the town. First of all, we'll look at the Regent. Now that was located at number 400 in Main Road, Dovercourt. The Regent Cinema opened on the 26th of January 1927. The building was fitted, they say, with the latest heating and ventilation systems, and seating was provided for 500 patrons. It had a 32-foot wide proscenium. The building was owned by Mr. S. E. Crease and later Mr. Walter J. Balls, who continued as manager after the cinema was taken over by the Bostock cinema circuit in the 1930s. Now between the 26th of October and the 11th of November 1936, the cinema was closed for modernisation. A vestibule was built onto the front of the building to enable tickets to be purchased undercover. Swing doors were also installed to prevent cold air entering the auditorium. But falling audience figures in the 1950s saw the Regent close its doors for the last time as a cinema on the 3rd of October 1959. The building still stands and has been in use as a sail-making factory for many years. Now a quick look at the other cinema in Dovercourt called the Empire. Local builder Edward Saunders and Harwich Borough Council Mayor commissioned an architect to design a theatre. A site in Kingsway was chosen, and on the 29th of March 1913, without any official ceremony, the Empire opened its doors to the public. The cinema could accommodate 350 patrons and would show various stage shows and films. It had a 29-foot proscenium. In 1915, the Empire was still offering the best entertainment for the Harwich area with a top bill of acts. Silly comedienne Elsie Cross, whose humour was described as quaint in the extreme. She was also well known for her funny songs, which were guaranteed to bring the house down. Welder and Wynne were also lined up to top the bill at the Empire. The couple, particularly the male partner, were visual comedians who specialised in juggling. An evening of comedy, though, would not be without a Keystone Cops caper or two on screen. Now, the Bostock Group purchased the cinema on the 1st of January 1929. The new owners considered the building too small to meet the growing cinema audiences and looked for a new site to build a larger cinema. On the 31st of May 1938, the Empire's manager, Mr. Gilbert Smith, locked up for the last time. The following day, together with his staff from the Empire, they opened the new Regal Cinema. And we have turned full circle. Well, that's it for now. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Let me know in the comments below or via Facebook any cinemas you want me to have a look at. In the meantime, be good to each other and I'll see you soon. Ta-da!